Peace to the gods and goddesses of planet Kai. Peace meaning positive energy always creates elevation. Peace to the high vibrational human beings within the university, and peace to the ancestors for working through me. It's good to get back on this audio lecture and be able to give you a quick download about some events that's going on, some current events and things like that, things that I'm hearing about that's going on out there. I don't want anyone to be misled. Man, you're gonna always, believe what you want to believe anyway. But we've never been about forcing information on anyone in the university, right? It's all about just giving you a different outlook on life and on things that's going on around you within the matrix. So I don't want you to feel force-fed. Anytime you're listening to a Rashad Jamal lecture, things of that nature, you can consider it a conspiracy theory, or you can consider it fiction or fact, or whatever you consider it, because I'm going to always give you the esoteric truth. But I'm here to inspire you. I don't want to impose my version of the truth on you or things like that, because that's what they do in school, right? That's what predictive programming is, right? I wasn't sent back to this planet to program you. Rather, I'm here to inspire you to seek or to love the journey of seeking for truth, because that's what it all comes down to within the cosmos. That's what high vibration is about. It's about divine love, peace, truth, and unity. That's what we living upon, and we out to destroy hatred, fear, division, and deception. Because that's how Satan, Zeus, Lord Zeus, aka Satan, rules the world through division, deception, hatred, and fear. All right, these are all energies. These are all forms of energy, and they're very powerful energies. As with divine love, peace, truth, and unity. So I'm saying it to say because I understand that this light cold lockdown that we experience on this planet is a real thing. Do not forget that it's a spiritual war, and the way the war works is you must learn to look beyond the flesh. You must remember who you are, and you must remember to look beyond the flesh, because you are not the body. I'm going to keep reciting this to you. Even upon my release, I'm going to keep placing this ideology in front of you for you to soak that into to the atoms within your being, to the very fibers of your being. That you are not the body. You are the spirit, soul within the body, within the flesh. All right, so that makes you a luminous being. You are composed of cosmic light. You are composed of vibration. That's where the sayings come from, like keep your vibes high, or things can happen to keep your vibes low. So, okay, now why am I emphasizing vibration, right? Because we're talking about light cold lockdown, right? And we're talking about what is light cold lockdown. Light cold lockdown is the frequency barrier, which stops us from experiencing the higher vibrations of the cosmos around us. So we're stuck here on this material plane, forced to deal with the low vibrations of these fallen angels and fallen gods that were forced to this planet after they were kicked out of the heavens, after they were kicked out of the cosmos. Okay, so if you keep that story at the base of your spiritual journey, right, about how do we get from this high vibrational state that we were in anciently to this fallen state where we are today. Well, it's because the fallen were cast out and sent down to this planet. Okay, so a part of those beings that were cast out that we forget about is the extraterrestrial races. You have, just like you have good extraterrestrial races, you have bad ones. You got good ones, you got bad ones. So, but you having good ones and bad ones. A lot of people don't understand that because we have been lied to about extraterrestrials. But they are people like we are people. They have spirit and soul like we have spirit and soul. I'll repeat that. They are composed of spirit and soul and a mind like we are. So you have numerous different races of extraterrestrials, right? The ones that are on this planet, unbeknownst to a lot, is you got the Pleiadians here. You have the Alpha Draconian reptilians here. You have the Arcturians here. You have the Greys here, and you have the Insectoids here. All right. You also have some of the Nagas here, which are the dolphins and the whales and the manatees and the mermaids and the mermen. Right. I've spoken on these things in past lectures. Right. So, and then you have us here. We're not aliens, but we are from a different planet, right? So we're not alien in the sense of an extraterrestrial race, as some people speak of when they refer to the Anunnaki gods. If you go look at the ancient Sumerian text, they refer to the Anunnaki gods as an extraterrestrial race that came from the stars and came to the planet and built up the planet. Well, the part of that is true is that we did come from, if you want to call it the stars or a different location within the cosmos, a higher vibrational state, and then we descended down to this realm, right? This realm of Atlantis, and created this planet and created these realms. So that part is true, but we are not extraterrestrials. You know, we are Anunnaki gods. Extraterrestrials are extraterrestrials, right? So you have this huge war that's been going on this planet. And unless your third eye's open, you can't see the war. People think the war is a physical war, but the war is a spiritual war. All right, so not being aware that you have angels living on the planet. You have clones on the planet. You have Mach 5 synthetic robots on the planet. You have gods on the planet. You have human beings on the planet. You have androids and cyborgs, which are other extraterrestrial races living on the planet. Then you have the Pleiadians on the planet. You have the reptilians on the planet. You have vampires on the planet. You have so many different type of beings living amongst you. So I can guarantee you, out of 10 random people you see walk down the street, each out of those 10, 9 of them are going to be a different species. You see what I'm saying? Although, if you're looking at the flesh, we all look the same. So why am I emphasizing this? All right. You know me. You know, you may think I'm veering off, but I'm not veering off. Just sit, look, listen, and learn. It's going to always make sense later. All right? So the lecture is about Donald Trump and more than meets the eye. And as you know, what's going on out there, you know, he's running for president this year, and Biden just dropped out, and now Kamala's running, right? All right. When it comes to the whole presidency thing, a lot of the individuals that's running this planet and running this world it's not about black and white. I think a lot of times I was misunderstood because I speak so highly about speaking out against oppression or white supremacy, but I didn't just speak out against that. I spoke out against oppression in general. It wasn't just between black and white. I don't support no form of oppression, whether it's a god, which is black or Latino, trying to oppress a human being, which will be a Caucasian individual, or whether it's a Caucasian individual, which will be a king or a queen, trying to oppress a god, a black or Latino individual, right? But oppression, white supremacy, any form of supremacy, all falls under evil. Okay, anything dealing with evil falls under negative energy. Anything dealing under negative energy is inspired and supported by Lucifer, and Lucifer is the prince of Satan, aka Zeus's army. So we can tie all this back to Zeus, and that's why I want to direct you. Let's keep the focus on the war. Our war is between the gods versus the fallen gods, the angels versus the fallen angels, good versus evil, high vibration versus low vibration. All right? So good spirits versus bad spirits. All the beings that sided with Zeus, it wasn't just angels that left, they got kicked out. You had angels, gods, titans, extraterrestrial races, spirits, spiritual families were cast out. All those that cast out with him, I looked at as archons. I looked at as the evil ones or the fallen. All right? The fallen runs this realm. This is where they were sent to. They tell you that in Revelation for that great serpent in his kingdom, they were cast out and sent down here to the material plane, specifically to this planet. Okay, so if you keep that in mind, you can know who's running the planet. You can't get caught up in like the presidency. You can't get caught up in the prime ministers, because you have to understand they don't run anything. They are the puppets. The people that's running the planet is this shadow government, which the shadow government is ran by reptilians and Pleiadians. These are extraterrestrial races. These are very intelligent races that are sitting behind the scenes controlling society. All right, so the main ones that's running this society that we are in are the Alpha Draconian reptilians and the Pleiadians. They are your shadow government. They give orders to the 12 tribes, which are the rich human beings who you never see. So the rich human beings give orders down to the secret societies, who give orders down to the banking families, who give orders down to the prime ministers and the presidents. So this is a chain of command. So this is why on the surface it looks like white people are running the world, but behind the scenes it's really black people running this shit, because they are the evil ones that are controlling all the bullshit. But you got, remember, when we talk about Zeus, Zeus is an Anunnaki god, which Satan is an Anunnaki god, and those are black people. That's us. That's us. So it's us fighting us. It's us versus us. That's why I want to bring the attention back to who the spiritual war is actually against. All right? These human beings were created by Lord Zeus. They were created by Satan, right? To conquer and control us. But all of the human beings are not bad. You have good ones and you got bad ones. You got good Caucasians, you got bad Caucasians. So a lot of the bad ones are the ones that's in charge, but they receive their orders from these fallen extraterrestrial races, particularly on this planet, the Pleiadians and the reptilians, who receive their orders from Lucifer, which is a fallen angel, who receives his orders from Zeus, a.k.a. Satan, which is the fallen god, right? So you have to get a chain of command so you can know who you're up against. And if you understand that, then you understand everything that's going on around you. So now that brings us to what's going on with Trump. Okay, on the outside of us, a lot of us, we just see Trump as another Caucasian. Failing to realize that you have a race of aliens called the Pleiadians, and they look like regular Caucasians. Pale skin, blue eyes, blonde hair. Right? Well, you also have another race called the Alpha Draconian reptilians who are running this planet. The reptilians are able to shapeshift, so they can shapeshift into any Caucasian and walk around amongst you. The Pleiadians don't have to shapeshift because you would think it's a regular human being because you have been lied to about the different species that exist, right? So when we see Donald Trump, we think this is a regular human being. A lot of people don't know that Donald Trump is not a regular human being. Donald Trump is actually a member of the Pleiadians. Okay, so he's an extraterrestrial. Donald Trump, just like JFK, he was sent down to the planet to infiltrate what's going on within Satan's kingdom. All right, just like the government, the police do, right? If the police want to infiltrate a drug ring, they're not gonna walk up with their badge and their gun on. They're gonna send an undercover in that looks like a local drug dealer in the neighborhood, because then that drug dealer is able to get close enough to that drug outfit and penetrate it and find out the inner workings of it so that they can take the ring down. That's why you have informants. Okay, it's the same thing going on cosmically. It's a cosmic spiritual whirlwind. So the Pleiadians, you have the good ones and the bad ones. The bad ones actually have branched off, and they have formed what is known as the Brotherhood of Light, or the Ashtar Command. This has been spoken of by many people. I'm not the first one to speak about the Brotherhood of Light or the Ashtar Command. These are basically your bad Pleiadians, your evil ones, right? And those are the ones that's on here on the planet. But then now you also have your good ones that have infiltrated. And they were able to infiltrate because they made the evil Pleiadians believe they were just like them. When in actuality, they are part of the good Pleiadians that were sent into the planet to help raise the vibration and put an end to the satanic rule on the planet. We're all working together, the gods, Pleiadians, certain extraterrestrial races, the angels, to fight against the fallen. Because remember, you got angels, you got fallen angels, you got extraterrestrials, you got bad ones, you got gods, you got fallen gods, right? All this was due to the split with the war that broke out in heaven. All right, so Donald Trump landed on this planet way back in the 1800s. Then in that same vehicle, which we say is his body since the 1800s, didn't publicly make itself known to the 1980s, though. All right, and penetrated it by making them believe that he was one of them. That's how he got so far up economically. But then when 2016 hit, and then he ran for the president because of his ability to blend in with the negative entities on the planet, they thought he was one of them, so they let him in. He becomes the president, and then starts to reveal his true agenda. All right, that's why you're saying Kanye fucking with him. And we all thought Kanye was crazy because we like, why the fuck is he fucking with Trump? Trump is against us. But what we got to understand is Kanye West is tapped in. That's why they do what they do to Kanye, take him to MK Ultra, try to silence him, make him appear to be crazy anytime he speaks out. He's labeled anti-Semitic, or he's labeled as an evil person, right? In actuality, he's not. You know what I'm saying? He's not against the Caucasian race. He hung around millions of Caucasians. He's against evil, right? He's aware of what's going on the planet. So those of us who are aware are always made to be looked at like we are crazy individuals. There's not one great mind in history that came and wasn't considered crazy. It didn't matter whether he was black or white. Look at Einstein. Look at Oppenheimer. These people was labeled crazy. You know what I'm saying? And these were Caucasians, right? But that was because they stood on the side of righteousness. JFK stood on the side of righteousness and got assassinated for it because he was on the side of righteousness. All right. Donald Trump stands on the side of righteousness, and he's having his character assassinated for it. And people don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It's because he is a member of the good Pleiadian race. But they didn't know that till it was too late. So that's why in 2020 they really did steal the election from him. He wasn't lying when they said the election was stolen from him, because they realize now that he's here to help usher in this spiritual evolution that we're going through right now with the Kundalini energy rising on the planet, as am I myself, and other people like myself who's here to spread the message. We are all doing it in different ways. Some of us are healing the planet by growing garden and getting back close to nature. Some of us are healing the planet by awakening the masses, by enlightening the masses to help them get on their spiritual journey, like myself. Okay, so with Trump, it's a whole bunch of things that Trump did and signed in that they didn't want even done when he was president that people don't know about. I also noticed Trump was one of the first people to free Kodak Black and stuff like that, right? Being from a pardon and stuff like that. Trump was the one who came with the stimulus packages and stuff like that. They know that he's going to try to fix the economy.
You have 1 minute left.
By fixing the economy, that takes less economic stress off people. When the economic pressure isn't there, that gives people more time to focus on what's important, which is their spiritual journey, their spiritual side. All right? It's a whole war going on underground between the good Pleiadians and the bad Pleiadians and the other extraterrestrial races that are on the planet that are on the side of righteousness that people don't see. All right? This is what's going on the planet. This is why him running for president in 2024 is a big thing, because it's all adding up numerology-wise to this major spiritual shift that the planet is going through overall. You have to understand where he stands and what he represents. He isn't like a regular president like we see on the surface.
Thank you for using Security.
And sorry about that. We back. But he isn't a regular president as he appears on the surface. You got to look beyond that. He's actually a part of the Pleiadian race, but he's one of the good Pleiadians. All right. So you have this huge war going on the planet right now. Spiritual war. It's very intense. And the media is not going to tell you that. Right? Like I always told you, they're not going to tell you that this shit is over with. They're not going to tell you that we're the last generation. They're not going to tell you that the planet is going through a shift. That's why it's getting so warm. They rather do shit like they're not going to tell you that the Kundalini energy is rising on the planet, or why. Because they came and hijacked the planet. They're not going to tell you that the time is up, that everything is falling down. They're going to still make it appear like everything is normal. Right? They're going to play motherfucking violin as the ship goes down like they did on Titanic. I told you that years ago. So you must stay focused within yourself. That's why meditation is where you need to be, deep within yourself, not deep within the internet. Unless you're looking up something knowledgeable, because the internet is going to program your pineal gland with selenium. It's programming you with negative frequencies, right, to keep you distracted from what's really going on. Okay, so you have to understand that because of the spiritual war going on, and because Trump is here to help align those energies, because he's a part of those good forces. You got motherships all around the planet, within our galaxy. You got war in the air, war on the land, and war on the seas. You have a whole war going on in the water, under the water, between the insectoids and the crays and the mermen and a bunch of our other gods and goddesses that I don't want to speak on right now, that I will expound upon in later lectures, going on under the water and the seas, man. Good versus evil. Same thing in the air. With the angels warring with each other, the fallen angels versus the angels. You got that going on, and it's war on the land. So they knew that without a doubt Trump gonna win the presidency. So they moved Biden out and they put Kamala in there. The reason they put Kamala in there is because they're trying to draw off the energy of the gods, because Kamala is a demigod. So let's throw demigods in there, because the majority of a lot of Trump support, what makes him stand out from Biden was because Trump ain't just had the Caucasians behind him. Trump got niggas behind him. A lot of niggas that like Trump. If it's not just because he talks shit, if for no other reason, it's a lot of niggas that like Trump. They would prefer Trump over Biden. Especially our people that still haven't completely awoken yet, haven't completely opened that third eye. They believe in politics. They're into politics, and they'll definitely side with Trump over Biden. So you think the chess move, we're going to issue Kamala in there, because then Black America, if you want to call it that, will draw from Trump and side with Kamala, just because we want to see a black. Not only do we want to see another black president, but you got a lot of people that want to see a first black woman president. Once again, we're talking about politics here. I'm not caught up in politics. Anybody that's deep into their spiritual journey is not caught up in politics, because we know that the politics doesn't relate to us. This is their system that they created in a land that is not their own. So anything they do, any law they make, anything they do is going to be to better them and to hurt us. We know that. But we're talking about for the people that, the gods and goddesses that are not aware of that. We can't judge them because they haven't awoken yet. They're still spiritual infants. Their time will come. All right? Some of us will awaken in this lifetime. Some of us will never awaken. It'll take millions of lifetimes. All right? But from a political standpoint, they know that Black America and Latin America will side with Kamala just because of that, the pigmentation of her skin. Not understanding that, yeah, Kamala is a goddess, but she's a fallen goddess. That's a fallen goddess within that vessel that we see as Kamala Harris. See what I'm saying? She's a part of those 12 families that run the world, that support that satanic agenda. All right, that's what you got to understand. You know what I'm saying? She supports the mass incarceration of all black males in America. You got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? She's not attacking the real core issues that's going on in the country. You got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Trump was more like, I don't give a fuck y'all. I'm going to tell you what it is. You see what I'm saying? So they don't like Trump because they found out who Trump really was and what side he on, and now it's too late. He's already in position. Okay, so when the hatred get that deep, the assassination attempts come, right? You got to remember, because we're not aware of what's really going on, the assassination attempt could have looked like fake, looked like it was something to garner your attention. Well, it's going to garner your attention regardless of it's an attempt, but believe it or not, the assassination attempt was not fake. You see what I'm saying? The assassination attempt is a real thing because they trying to get him out the way because they know who he is and what he represents. That's why they predicted this shit to you on The Simpsons years ago before Trump was ever president. And they're going to try again. You know what I'm saying? And because a lot of us, we see so much fake shit, it's hard to know what's fake and what's not. So, of course, a lot of people probably thought it was just for distraction. But I had to meditate on it deeply because I thought the same thing at first. And the ancestors revealed it to me like, nah. That's why I'm divine insight, because they always give me the divine insight on what's really going on. It's because what he stands for, and it makes sense. It's like, you got to think about how much hatred and slander and how much Trump is attacked in the media. That's always a green look. If they attack me in the media, I know anytime the media attacks somebody, they're known to be the good guys. You want to know who the good guys is? Just look at who the media is attacking. Never fails. All through history. And the bad guys are always uplifted in the media to look like the good guys. The media will make the bad guys look like the good guys. And they make the good guys look like the bad guys. If Trump was a real human being and Trump was on that same type of time that the evil people that be on is running the planet, if he was on that type of time, they wouldn't be making no attempts on his life. They wouldn't be slandering him in the papers. Now, if they wasn't slandering him all over the media and then they made the attempt, then yeah, we can say it's fake. But when they've been slandering his character for years, this ain't just started. You got to pay attention. You got to remember that this ain't just started. No president has ever been slandered the way they slandered Trump. Then they turned around and put all them cases on him out the blue when he decided to run again. They didn't do the cases on him some other years. They waited till he decided to run again to put the case on 4 or 5 different cases. Like, see what I'm saying? They even let a black DA in Atlanta put a case on him. You know they're not letting niggas touch their own. as a nigga in the country, you're not touching no white person, let alone a prestigious white person in white America, not going for that. So if you see them letting a nigga DA put a case on a president, a white rich president, that you know they want his ass gone. See what I'm saying? You know they want him gone. But you got to ask yourself, why? What's so special about him that y'all attacking him like this, right? And if you understand the media, you got to know if it's something that they want him to do that he ain't want to do. He got to be on the side of righteousness. They're attacking him too hard. That's what the media do. That's why they killed JFK, because he was on our side for righteousness. Because he signed in all them civil rights bills back in the day. He was the president at that time. He the one that freed Martin Luther King when they sent him to prison. You know what I'm saying? That's all JFK. So look how they did him. This nigga Trump was chilling with Kanye, and Kanye just got publicly bashed for being anti-Semitic last year. But that's been Kanye. The shit he was saying last year, he's been saying his whole career. Now think about that, and you supposed to be our president, but you kicking it with this nigga Trump. We're kicking it with Kanye very hard in 2016, 2017. Let's not forget this, people. Let's rewind here. See what I'm saying? Put it all together. But if you don't understand that Trump is actually not a human being, then yeah, it's gonna like his bullshit. No, he's not a human being. He's a Pleiadian. There's a lot of Pleiadians walking around amongst you that are on our side, blended in. They like really Caucasians. Then you got the bad ones that are not on our side, and it's like that with the reptilians. Just like it's like that with us. You got good guys and bad guys. Everybody black is not good. You got a lot of evil black people out here because they got evil spirits in them and fallen angels in them, or they are fallen gods. Then you got the good ones. It's duality in all things. So this spiritual war is very intense, and it's just getting cranked up. It's the end of it. It's just the beginning. Once again, I always tell y'all the Kundalini energy is rising. All is being revealed. So it hasn't rose, meaning it stopped. It was rising. It will continue to rise. Things will continue to be revealed because we're the last generation. We're in end game. The satanic energy is being dissipated on this planet. The only thing going to get us to moving through in the future is divine love and peace. It's going to reach a day in a state where people are not even killing each other no more. That's when they're going to really hit the panic button. And they're going to start trying to kill us to keep the violence going, because the beings that run this planet feed off negative energy. Anger, fear, hatred, violence, murder. They feed off that. They literally live off our blood. They need the bloodshed. Remember that, y'all. They need you sad. They need you vibrating low. They feed off of that. When you in the house every day and you get the negative thoughts, that's spiritual warfare. Those evil spirits talking to you. Then you get the good thoughts. You got to fight that. The battle was not a fleshly one. Remember, I am not the body. I am the soul and spirit within the body. I am not the flesh. I am the soul and spirit within the flesh. Remind yourself that. With that being said, I'll leave as I come. Y'all tune in. We got another lecture coming soon, but I just want to update y'all and catch up with y'all and really break down a current event, and I'm going to do that with a couple current events. I like to let them happen first, sit on them for a couple months, and then come to y'all and reveal to y'all what's really going on. But with that being said, I'll leave as I come. One love. Peace.